The Wampus Beast. The Wampus Beast, also known as the Wampus Cat, derives its origins from an old Cherokee folklore that describes the creature as being a large monster similar to that in look and design of that of a monstrous panther. According to the story, an old Cherokee woman was suspicious of her husband and was curious as to where he was going when he claimed he was out hunting. This then led the woman to take the hide of an animal and go out and spy on her husband. It did not take long for the guards of the tribe to find out what the woman was doing and believing her to be a spy for other tribes in the region, and so cursed her with spells to be trapped in the hide forever. This turned her into the Wampus Beast, leaving her cursed in the form of a large panther to forever stalk the region. Rumours today claim that the Wampus Beast lives in the sewers in the day, and so carries with it a horrifyingly repulsive stench. The Grey Flats Ghost. If you have ever been in the region of the Grey Flats Forest near the town of Beckley, West Virginia, then you will surely know what people mean when they refer to the place as eerie and haunted. According to the local legends, the most haunted part of the forest is located at an old farm right near the south end of the flats. Although people in the region believe an old mysterious murder to have occurred there, witness accounts of a group of friends encountering a strange creature seem to expand on the creepiness of the region. According to a group of friends that were hiking in the region a few years ago, as they approached the old farm on the south end of the forest, they noticed a strange figure in the distance that appeared to be a man wearing a long trench coat and a wide-brimmed hat. As they stood watching, the figure got much closer, revealing to be a strange black shadowy figure with no depth other than its darkened silhouette. One of the friends began to panic and had what appeared to be an asthma attack, and quickly got out of the area and carried their friend away from the creature. As they made some distance away, they realized their friend was not having an asthma attack, but appeared to have had an unexplainable allergic reaction to the creature when it approached. Although the event could not be accurately explained, it seemed to share odd similarities with other myths and creatures in the region. The strange shadow creature then gained the moniker of the Grey Flats Ghost. The Beast of Bodmin Moor. Back in early 1995, the British government received more than 60 reported incidents taken from locals of Bodmin Moor, of which reported that the residents were encountering a large black panther-like creature with scraggly furs, a large powerful jaw, the muscled body of a big cat more than 4 feet long, and black furs, making it nearly impossible to see at night until the creature is close enough to attack. This led to the government starting an official investigation into the area of Bodmin Moor to try to better understand the existence of the creature and whether or not it posed a threat to the residents. Shortly after the investigation began, a skull of a leopard was found on the banks of the nearby river known as Fowey, and many began to speculate that perhaps there was a never-before-seen local species of large cat in the region. These creatures were then quickly given the name the Beast of Bodmin Moor, which led many experts quickly trying to assess the situation and better understand how a leopard could have arrived in the region. Many theories and myths have started that a rich private collector could have been illegally importing the creatures that soon found themselves freed throughout the region, a theory that would explain quite reasonably how the beast came to be and why it would be in open areas of Bodmin Moor. Others believe that the Beast of Bodmin Moor is a direct descendant of the native wildcat species that was believed to have gone completely extinct in Britain more than 100 years ago, but is now making a comeback. Outside of the 60 direct reports of the creature, there have been other reports of leopard calls, hissing, growling, mutilations of livestock, and even missing pets that have been found half-eaten no more than a few days later. The Large Bloop Creature. Back in 1997, a sound was recorded emanating from deep within the ocean in vast unexplored regions that was so loud that it was actually considered to be one of the loudest sounds on Earth ever recorded. At the time, it was given the nickname of the bloop, as the recorded noise mimicked a lot of the sound patterns of marine animals in some ways. The strange thing about this noise was that the sound was so loud. For it to have been a sea creature, it would have to emanate from a marine animal larger than the size of most naturally formed islands. Because of this impossible size, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration considers the noise to have been caused by a possible icequake, a large shattering sound caused when massive pieces of underwater ice begin cracking. However, many experts reject this explanation as the noise is too loud for standard icequake recordings, and so has been seen as a mystery requiring more evidence for explanation. Oddly enough, the noise would once again resurface years later in 1999. Nicknamed the Julia sound, the recording mimicked the original behaviours of the bloop recording and was recorded by a number of different devices that helped to analyse the recording in much greater detail, which helped the audio to be determined closer to a cooing sound or a continuous whining noise. This might be definitive proof that perhaps rather than icequakes, there appears to be a massive underwater creature deep beneath the ocean's surface. Oddly enough, however, the sound seemed to have come from the other side of the equator, a distance much further than the previous bloop sound heard, leaving many wondering if the distance was travelled by the creature in the 2 years since the last sighting. When looking at the direct path to and from the initial sounds discovered in 1997 and 1999, the Bermuda Triangle lies right in the middle of the path to reach the spot in which the Julia sound was heard, leaving some to believe that perhaps the large beast makes the migratory pattern through the area, making it one of the leading causes of strange anomalous properties in the area. Interestingly enough, it also appears that new information regarding the matter has recently surfaced due to H.P. Lovecraft enthusiasts and a collection of conspiracy theory writings. According to the Lovecraftian novels, a large ancient elder god known as Cthulhu rests at the bottom of the ocean, awakening to rise one day and bring on the end of humanity. In the book, Lovecraft elaborates and provides a location to the monster as residing somewhere around a latitude of 50 degrees south and a longitude of 100 degrees west. Oddly enough, the source of the bloop sound had been traced to be at 50 degrees south latitude and a 100 degree west longitude, directly matching this Lovecraftian tale. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. Seen as one of the most compelling pieces of evidence of a Yeti attack, the Dyatlov Pass incident is a tragedy that seems to defy all natural explanation. According to Soviet Union investigative reports made back in 1959, 9 ski hikers went up to the northern Ural Mountains between the 1st and 2nd of February of that year in the hopes of conquering the mountain in the area that was already the centre of strange superstitions and was more than feared by the locals due to undying rumours of monsters living in the area. They hoped that by proving the location to be not dangerous by visiting the region, they could help pave the way for new hikers to visit the area and enjoy the scenic beauty of the mountain. Unfortunately, this decision would lead to the death of the 9 highly trained and experienced hikers and would solidify the superstitions of the area. As the report details, on the 26th of February, a rescue team had discovered the group's abandoned and badly damaged tent that had been established on the slopes of Kholat Syakhl, the nearby mountain in the region. The sight seemed perplexing to the rescue team as it became apparent that the tent had thread tearings consistent with evidence of the fabric having been cut open from the inside, as if the group had begun panicking and cut through the tent in an effort to get away from something that was attacking them. The bodies of each of the individuals in the group were found in a nearby ravine after following their tracks in the snow, which only led to more mysteries as the majority of the bodies recovered were dressed only in their underwear, as if they ran out into the darkness of the snow without first getting dressed and then presumably froze to death. As the investigation continued and the bodies of the deceased were put under examination, the theory of hypothermia soon came into question. Top medical examiners of the Soviet Union at the time had discovered that each person in the group had suffered from internal injuries with forces commonly seen in a car crash or after a massive amount of pressure and forces comes into striking contact of an individual. This has led many to believe that perhaps the individuals were attacked by a non-human entity capable of causing such terrible force and leading to their deaths. Considering the fact that myths of Yeti-like creatures were known to exist all throughout the region, with beliefs that these creatures were capable of performing superhuman acts of strength, this led many to believe that perhaps the group was attacked by a Yeti, and that their remains, injuries, and crime scene was evidence of this attack. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.